Sean Myers was asking about the primary and secondary uses of the handheld router. So primarily, what are we using the handheld router for? Handheld.
Carving.
Like cutting
Inside.
signs. So sign cutting. This is those blanks toward the top of page 10. Blanks toward the top of page 10 there. So primarily, you guys will be using the handheld router for your signs. What else could you use it for? What edges do you on the router table?
Edges.
Edges. You could do edges also. All right, planer on page 11 there. Number 1, safety glasses. Number 2, volunteer. Other than Keanu.
Planer is very low.
Go ahead, Dustin. Go.
Not very sure consider wearing blank protection.
Hearing.
Hearing protection.
Since it's loud.
It is loud.
Oh, it's loud.
Go ahead, Dylan. Pick someone for number 3, please.
John.
Wait, what about the uses for the operation for the last one? Yeah, for the table.
Number 3. We'll go back to that.
Restrain long hair and loose clothing. And remove ring swatches and bracelets.
Next one, please.
Not talk while operating the machine unless you are trying to communicate with your instructors as teacher. Partner.
Partner.
I knew that.
Do you have to have a partner on this machine?
No.
No, you don't have to.
Makes it easier.
Makes it a lot quicker though, yes. Go ahead, pick someone, please. Counter.
8.
Be sure to check all stock for blanks such as knots, nails, or other foreign objects.
Imperfections. Who's ever been to Home Depot or Lowe's?
Many products.
Most of you probably have at some point. What is usually, like when you look at the big stack of wood, what's on the end of each piece? A sticker. How's that sticker usually held on?
Bolts.
A staple. Chris, do you think metal is good for this machine?
No.
Definitely not.
Doesn't tear apart.
Occasionally,
There's a BB in it.
we find. Come on, you're ruining all my stories, Hunter. We're gonna send that around there. So Hunter ruined my story already. What is that?
A BB.
This is a little BB, guys. Like a shotgun pellet, actually, right?
Super powerful.
Who in here has shot out of the gun before? We're in Perry. A lot of people probably have, right? Okay. Who's a hunter in here? Do you hit the deer every time? No. Where do those pellets go?
In the trees.
In the trees. Sometimes we'll find them like that, too.
Are you hunters, Izzy?
In fact, I even dug it out. This was actually a scrap piece of a student's table leg several years ago. This is the part that we dug out from the end of his table leg.
Cool.
So that's the other half of the pellet. All right. I found nails in there before, things like that. So let's say somebody decides they want to put a sign on a tree. Here, put it in with a nail. All right. Next one, please.
Nate, you got a call for me.
Oh, I don't.
Do not blame. Side through machine, let the machine do the side through. It does not be through correctly outside of the force.
Do not force stock through. And if not, what are you going to do?
Tell you.
Tell me. Tell the teacher. So you should never, while you're operating this machine, have to push and push and push. That means something is usually off on it.
What about pushing down on it? Push
I
down.
shouldn't have to do that too much here. Same thing goes on the back side. I'm going to show you guys easy ways to get it out of the back side. So, sometimes it does get a little caught up when it comes out. The easiest way to fix that, guys, is not sitting there tugging on this thing. You're tugging backwards, and when it finally lets go, you are going to go back. All right? So, the easiest way to fix that is to wiggle it side to side. Next one, please.
Chris.
If it does not feed through correctly, notify the blank.
We already read that one.
Where it is.
Number 7, please.
Set the blank or of cut at the blank thickness of the stock.
So we're going to set the depth of cut at the current thickness.
At the what?
Current.
Current thickness.
Thanks,
What?
Dylan.
Typically, that is going to be 1/1/8, which is the case on this one. Sometimes a piece may be thinner, it may be thicker. So this is a rough piece here, guys. Why, you think they call it rough?
It is not sand.
Because it's not smooth, it's rough, isn't it? Yeah. So, to adjust that, we're going to use this big wheel on the bottom side here. There's a little ruler on the left-hand side of the table. We're going to set it to 1/1/8. Next one, pick someone please, Chris.
Piano.
After each pass, turn the head to blank turn.
Half turn, and I'd like to put the end of it clockwise. Half turn clockwise.
Dylan.
I missed one there. Number 9. We're always going to feed material through with the grain. With the grain. You have to pay attention to that, guys, especially on a smaller piece. This piece is wider than it is long. So we measure the length of a piece going from end grain to end grain. So this would be the length of this particular piece. Width. This one is way too small anyway to go through the planer, but sometimes you may have a piece that is wider than it is long. Next one.
All pieces must be a blank or greater plane. If this is not constructed, square, it's done.
How long does a piece need to be?
At least 3 feet.
12 inches. Must be at least 12 inches.
12 inches. That doesn't seem like a lot.
So what's funny grain?
Funny grain would be like swirls in the, you know what it's The reason it's 12 inches, guys, on the back side here, we have this roller. We have this smooth roller on the back side here. That one's rotating, feed that piece and pull it out. On the inside here, you can't see so well unless you get down there and really look, there's a grooved roller that feeds it into the machine. What do you think is the distance between those two rollers?
12 inches.
A little less than 12 actually. So at some point during the time that you're feeding that piece in, it needs to contact both rollers at the exact same
What
time.
if it doesn't?
Never have a piece.
If it doesn't, it's going to get stuck in there. And yes, we have had pieces
What do you
get
gotta
stuck
do
in
for that?
there.
Don't you have to like open the machine up?
Get another piece of wood and push it through.
Oh,
No. If that happens, if you decide not to, it's going to make all kinds of loud noises in there. It might end up looking something like this piece. This was actually a cutoff from somebody who decided not to double check it down first. So this piece started out about 3/4, and the planer at that time was set to 5/8. It's a pretty hefty cut, guys.
It made it until the end.
No, it didn't. I cut it off.
Oh.
This was a much larger piece. So it's not good for the machine. All right.
Has this thing ever
Next
stopped?
one, please. Next one, please.
You just went for it, and I used it.
Do not fit plane pieces thinner than half an inch. Half an inch. Go ahead, next one, please.
Never look directly into the plane of the plane.
Back.
Throats. Sweet feet stuck right into the throat of the planer. Like 5 minutes. All right, next one, please. Next one, please.
Never attempt to blank loose knot or shavings.
Any guesses? That piece running? Do I want to stick my hand in there, guys?
No.
No, definitely not. So we don't want to try and remove pieces, loose pieces. And the last one.
Chances.
Do not stand directly blank the planer in case a kickback was to occur. The blank side of the planer is identified as the side the stock is fed into.
So what do we call this part right here? The left side? The front of the machine.
Do not stand in front.
You do not want to stand in front of the machine.
When you're feeding it through?
That's actually both. Yeah. When you're doing this, guys, we're not going to be standing squared off to it. You're going to be off to one side or the other. That way, in case something were to shoot out, it's going either way, not right at you, hopefully. All right. Primarily, what are we using this machine for?
To make wood thinner.
Planing wood.
Reduce what?
Reduce thickness.
Reduce thickness.
3,
Second part of
4.
14.
Second part of 14 is the front. You're not standing directly in front of the planer. The front side is the side we feed the stock into.
Not for both of them.
Front.
All right, as we operate the machine, if this was running, it is nice and loud, so I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through it before we fire it up. When I feed the piece in, I'm gonna have it slightly elevated on the back side here. My fingers are not between the piece and the table. What's gonna win?
The machine.
The machine is dead.